Tzu Chi volunteers helped Keelung residents clean up their shops and homes in the aftermath of the heavy rainstorm. We take a closer look at excessive shopping and the impact consumerism has on our environment. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. Keelung was among one of the areas severely affected by the recent bout of heavy rain in Taiwan. Many of the shop owners and families have yet to be able to finish the cleanup work, though it has been more than 3 days. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers and the military mobilized people to help. The waterlogged inventory of this convenience store is being discarded after the recent storm. Looking at this road in Keelung, no family nor shop owner has been spared.
This is also covered in mud, and this was placed pretty high, and it was still flooded.
Mr. Lin has been in business for 8 years and has never met a storm this severe. The flood came too quickly for him to save anything. On the same street, over 300 Tzu Chi volunteers and 100 military servicemen are helping to clean up. 80 of the volunteers are helping to clear away the debris at a community parking garage where at least 6 cars have been flooded.
The flood covered the entire basement foundation with mud. The cars are covered in it too. The first thing we need to do is clear the floor of its mud and debris.
Volunteers come from all walks of life to help the residents of Keelung, an area hit hard by this recent storm. Many of the volunteers are young people who have come to contribute their strength to the cleanup. Team members were also called upon to assist in treating injuries, as volunteers can be prone to a range of injuries associated with this relief work.
It was trash from the basement, a big door where there were nails on it. And when the others were moving it, they did not make sure to put the shop side down. And when we move another big board onto it, I step on the nail.
The military also mobilized 130 people to assist in this national disaster. This local clinic is trying to save as many of the waterlogged patient medical records as they can. Here in Keelung, the roots of the flooding is being blamed on the DaAi River. This is the 3rd year that the DaAi River has been flooded, and this time the walkway children pass on to get to Shangren Elementary was affected, resulting in the closure of the walkway.
The rainwater levels reached 100 millimeters in just 2 hours' time. The last time it was only 45 millimeters. We need to remake the DaAi River in the same way we built a water conservation facility for the Keelung River. Only in this way can we solve problems associated with such massive rain.
This year's rainy season in Taiwan has resulted in record rainfall unseen in Keelung for 42 years. Just like the mayor said, only when DaAi River is remediated can the local residents be rid of this nightmare. Since many elderly residents live in Shimen District, which was also affected by the heavy rainstorm, Tzu Chi volunteers went there to help them clean up the debris. As the volunteers help the residents clean up their houses, they have also given them spiritual support to get back on their feet.
After a landslide occurred near Shimen Caoli Industrial Road, half of the mountain is almost gone. Mr. Ni, who operates an excavator, has come here to help after the borough head told him that the landslide disrupted the road.
We began to clear the debris since the day before yesterday. We can fill the truck with debris several times a day, maybe up to 20 or 30 truckloads.
Using both an excavator and a bulldozer, the workers even turned their attention to cleaning the culverts thoroughly.
Still, there is debris in the culverts. We need to scoop it out.
The soldiers also go to the houses in the city to shovel the mud and debris in the alleys. In addition, the residents also do their best to restore their homes. Cluttered with miscellaneous items and debris, this is Jiang Bao's house. Jiang, who is a polio sufferer, points to the watermarks on the wall and recalls the day when a flood occurred.
我们里长带我走啊，抱我2、3个抱我走啊。
More than 40 Tzu Chi volunteers have come to help her clean up. They clean the soap supplies as well as clear out the debris.
感觉上很快乐啊，能帮助这些乡亲很好啊。
Some elderly volunteers are also soaked with sweat, but no one complained about fatigue.
Ms. Zhang lives by herself. This is a natural disaster. She lost her furniture. This is something we can do for the residents. Since I am still physically able to do this, I've come to help out.
Meanwhile, 77-year-old Grandma Xu also lives by herself here. On the day the flood occurred, she was so shocked that she almost did not escape in time.
When the rain died down a bit, I went up to the second floor. It was scary to see the water gushing in. I was really afraid.
Besides cleaning up for Grandma, the volunteers also measure her blood pressure and remind her to take her medicines. As the volunteers clear out the debris for the residents, their gestures of kindness have also comforted the disaster victims' anxious heart, helping them get through the tough times.
New Taipei's Jinshan Temple has been badly affected by the recent bouts of torrential rain. The Dharma master of this temple telephoned Tzu Chi for help, never expecting 91 volunteers to turn up.
Muddy waters flowed into the Jinshan temple, leaving this room thick with mud. This led the Dharma master to call Tzu Chi for help, with volunteers spreading the message online, attracting the attention of many.
I asked the Dharma master why he only requested 5 to 6 people and how should they clean the temple. He said it would take them about a week to complete the work. I thought about it for a while and said that I should put the message online, and if we did it on the weekend, we should make use of young people to lift some of those stones and heavy dirt.
91 Tzu Chi volunteers from the Nangang area came with tools to clean the temple. While water to the temple had been cut off, a pump was used to bring water from a creek to clean the inside of the temple and tableware. Also, a cement worker came to repair some of the steps and retaining walls.
I heard about the situation last night from a phone call, which asked me to come to this cleanup event in Keelung. I thought I was fortunate because this is my day off, and it's a good opportunity for me to come and help people.
Many of these volunteers have experience from the 9/21 earthquake and Typhoon Nari. This had taught them about their individual skills and responsibilities.
We know everyone's special skill and what they should do. The result was really good, as we hoped that 50 people would show up, but about 90 people turned out. Some were still coming when I called them to say not to come as we nearly finished this work.
I frequently see Tzu Chi volunteers in the newspaper working with the poor and being of great assistance. I thought to myself that I would make a phone call. Actually, so many Tzu Chi bodhisattvas responded.
The large number of Tzu Chi volunteers make the work over the weekend go very quickly, as everyone was willing to help this temple return to normal after this disaster.
In双溪, New Taipei City, Tzu Chi volunteers went to clean up the home of a 72-year-old man, as his mental health does not allow him to clean up his home. To help the senior rest in his golden years, volunteers arranged for him to stay at a nursing home.
The interior of the house is littered with garbage, with the walls filled with mold. There are so many plastic bags, bottles, and cans littering on the ground, and the volunteers use tools to clean them up.
It is quite dirty, and the interior has also gathered some water, so the odor is quite strong. Since I've come to clean it up, I have to overcome my feeling and just clean up.
The mess in the house wasn't caused by the bad weather. 72-year-old Mr. Wong had an incident years ago when his family broke up, and he has never let go of his despair. Thus, he doesn't clean up his home and litters things around. Several volunteers who are older than Mr. Wong also came to clean up the house. They are as agile as young people.
You should use bags to hold dirty things and take them out. Then you can give them to garbage trucks.
The volunteers brought out an amazing amount of garbage. So much work was put in that the floor is now visible. 36 volunteers are exhausted from the work, and now they are preparing to bath Mr. Wong.
Please close your eyes as I'll be washing your face.
The volunteers also invited staff from the Social Service and Health Bureau about the homeowner's possibility of living to a nursing home.
They suggested that you live in a nursing home. When the procedure is done, you will move there. Understand? Yes?
The old man has agreed to move to a nursing home. It is also the best payback to volunteers' contribution.
The EPA estimates that 60,000 tons of clothes are given up for recycling each year, while 40,000 tons of that are sold to companies which sell these garments to Southeast Asian countries. However, with China's recent prosperity, the market for secondhand clothing has been shrinking. Now, many of these companies have to pay out of their own pocket to incinerate these clothes. In some instances, they might even illegally bury these clothing to cut costs.
It's not that hard to find new clothes at this location, which sorts secondhand clothing.
How many days will it take to sort this? It's hard to say because we work year-round. Do I see a lot of new clothes? Yes, definitely.
These immense piles of clothing that we see are actually only from Taipei and New Taipei. This large facility only employs 10 people to sort all of this old clothing. I've only been here for 10 minutes, and I've already found something that is totally new. Why do we say that it is totally new? Even the tags are still on it, showing that it's totally new as it is still being recycled.
都还在，就表示这件衣服是全新的，就已经被当成旧衣物来回收。
What did I buy today? I ordered 2 clothing items. Can I wear all of these clothes? No, but I always fear that I am missing one item.
Many feel their personal wardrobes always seem to be missing just one item. This isn't just what Mrs. Lin feels, but also what many others also believe.
I have too many clothes and not enough room to put them away. I need to get rid of items that I bought long ago. How do I get rid of these clothes? I take them to a collection box near my home.
As a typical office worker, every month she buys new clothes. In her closet, she has clothes that she hasn't worn in about half a year. Many Taiwanese impulsively consume, but the problem is exacerbated by new ways to purchase clothes via smartphones and direct messaging. Korean clothing designs are very popular in Taiwan, with many switching to the internet and direct messaging. As long as it is advertised as authentic Korean goods, get immediate orders.
We went to South Korea last week to purchase clothing which was being discontinued at the end of the season.
The rapid pace of fashion trends spurred by international brands lead to quick changes in retail stores, which struggle to keep up with the latest fashions. This means that some are financially unable to keep up with fashion trends.
As soon as they come to the store, they ask if there are any new clothes.
These models demonstrate the season's latest fashions, from dresses and pants inspired by European and American Fashion Week events. In addition to using internet for sales, physical stores also offer these mid to low-cost clothing. This encourages more people to buy these clothes.
Those pattern makers also go to New York Fashion Week, and this style gets mixed with their own clothing.
If there is something that I like, then I will definitely buy it. How often do I buy clothes and how much do I spend? It's not that much. Just when I get my salary, I come here and take a look.
Stores need to constantly keep up and attract consumers with new clothes. However, what do they do with their old clothes? Taiwan averages some 60,000 tons of clothing recycling each year, with 20,000 tons being burned. This means that 40,000 tons are sent to sorting and recycling plants. In the past, these items could be exported, but this is declining. For example, Taiwan's textile industries earned 6.6 billion NT dollars in 2016, but its major competitor is China, which saw more than 240 billion US dollars in textile foreign revenue, with upwards of 10 million tons of second-hand clothes each year.
China's low-cost price competition and dumping strategy has led many companies to give up the Southeast Asian market to target Africa. But this is quite far away, and it's hard to collect this money.
Some in this industry have revealed that when such clothing cannot be sold, they are sent to the incinerator, where they need to pay 30 US cents per kilogram to incinerate. This cuts into their profits, as some may secretly bury and abandon this clothing, as few know the huge environmental costs this entails.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Jordan recently visited their Bedouin care recipients to bring them food items prior to Ramadan.
This endless desert is Madaba in Amman, Jordan. On this day, Tzu Chi volunteers carry out regular food distributions.
Bedouins sell recyclables to make a living. They pick this cake, dry it, and then sell it. We've been trying to improve their lives, but it's useless. We can only give them basic staples.
This 64-year-old care recipient has been undergoing dialysis for a long time. Tzu Chi volunteers gave her food when they saw her in a frail condition. After she regained some strength, she appreciated the volunteers for their help.
She said it was the grace from the Lord to meet Tzu Chi. Tzu Chi was like the Lord granting her these goods. It was wonderful.
The word Bedouin is an Arabic word and means the people who live in the desert. Since 2002, Tzu Chi volunteers have been helping those nomads who live in the wild.
She has dialysis 3 times a week. We provide her with basic food, nutritional supplements, and transportation fees. I feel she is striving to look after her youngest daughter. Her other sons have grown up and her husband has remarried. She appreciates Tzu Chi keeping her company for a long time.
This might be the fate of Bedouin people to live in the desert, so Tzu Chi volunteers cannot change it. The volunteers keep caring for them as they have promised.
Tuk-tuks are a popular form of transportation in the Philippines. Passing on Tzu Chi's ideals, some 40 to 50 drivers began collecting money in bamboo coin banks on their tuk-tuks, representing Tzu Chi's growing presence on Boho Island.
His name is Dennis Manla, and he drives a tuk-tuk. In the past month, before he departs for his work each day, he does some special preparations.
Alam niyo mama, kasi ito yung Tzu Chi Foundation. Yung hinuhulog niyo dito ay para din sa mga makatulong ka sa mahihirap, sa mga nangangailangan.
Mahirap naman ako.
The bamboo bank reflects the spirit of Tzu Chi's beginning, which has now traveled more than 1,000 kilometers away to Bohol Island. Dennis and more than 50 tuk-tuk drivers take the initiative to raise money from passengers for a medical clinic for the poor.
Gusto kong makatulong kasi ako isang mahirap.
I hope that I can help because I'm from a poor family. I just told my passengers that I hope they can be compassionate because this will help a lot of people.
This is a large-scale Tzu Chi free clinic in early June, helping some 700 patients undergo ophthalmology treatments and surgery. These tuk-tuk drivers have been impressed by Tzu Chi's work on Bohol Island since 2012, as they spontaneously installed bamboo coin banks in their vehicles to raise money.
We hope they can be helpful by putting these bamboo coin banks in their vehicles and sharing this message with passengers so that everyone can help. Although they say that they are very poor, they see us silently working and helping, and they say that even poor people can help.
Bohol Island currently has more than 3,000 tuk-tuks, and each month 50 or so drivers add bamboo coin banks to participate in fundraising. Their efforts to spread this message inspires love across this island.
Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology held its most recent graduation ceremony in 2017. In departing for the next stage in life, these graduates will take with them the lessons of humanitarianism they have learned from Tzu Chi and spread those teachings to others.
恭请师长颁发毕业证书。
Receiving blessings from their teachers, the recent graduates of the Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology are ready to embark on their journey. During their education years, the professors' lessons have turned these students into able professionals.
We're grateful for the professor's guidance on the technical skills we need in our nursing career. I believe it will be much smoother with their lessons instilled in us.
The graduates performed the kneeling lamb to thank their family for their support. Among the performers is a parent from Malaysia who was here to attend her son's graduation.
这边的师长
The educators here are really good, and with the Ida parents' care of him, I'm at ease. My son has joined in volunteer activities, so he's grown up a lot.
A group of students perform a song dedicated to the Ida parents, surprising and moving them to no end.
Ida parents have always prepared valuable lessons and companionship to us. Even when it's not Ida Parents' Day, they still keep us in their thoughts. We're really grateful for their last 5 years of companionship.
Treating students like their own children, the Ida parents have come to enjoy this relationship as well.
期待你们呢，毕业以后，将来要服务，不管你们服务在哪里，都要有这样的精神，去爱护周围的人呐，这才是世间社会的福。人上我头，让爱照亮黑暗。
The school song, which is passed down from class to class, remains deeply in the hearts of these graduates as they embark on a journey of a lifetime to be of service to others.
The Tzu Chi Dallas chapter in Texas has long nurtured the students of the Barbara Jordan Elementary School, and more recently, volunteers have begun teaching Jingsi aphorisms to the students. Recently, the school expressed their thanks for Tzu Chi's assistance throughout the year. We'll leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us.